Hi everyone, I've been thinking ahead to my fall knitting and crafting plans, and I wanted to share some of these future projects that I'm really excited about. I also got a few fun things at a fiber festival that I just went to over the weekend, and some of these items I think might inspire some future projects. So let's chat about ideas and plans for the cozy season ahead. Welcome back to Knitting by the Bay. I'm Christy, and this podcast is mostly about knitting with some other crafts mixed in from time to time. Today, we're talking about my plans for fall knitting, and I also wanted to share with you some things that I picked up at a fiber festival that I just went to recently. So right now, I have a lot of bigger projects going on that are already on the needles, some like bigger whips. I've got my Moby cardigan from Petite Knit, and I'm also working on a very long like jacket style cardigan. It's a corvid cardigan by Jared Flood. So those are projects that are going to be taking up a lot of my time right now. So I'm not really able to cast on any bigger like sweater projects right now. So I really appreciate it if you guys would comment down below with what fall projects that you are really excited to cast on soon, like some fall inspired knitwear sweaters and bigger projects that you're really excited to cast on for the autumn season, because I really would like to live vicariously through you guys. But right now I'm thinking about, like, to celebrate the season, I'm thinking about doing some smaller projects, like some accessories and stuff like that. So I wanted to share those with you guys, as well as I have some other non-knitting related crafts that I wanted to talk to you guys about too. So I wanted to share with you guys my finished object from last week, which is my BizBiz Beret number 2. This is a pattern by Sari Nordlund. And this beret you can knit using a fingering weight in mohair or a sport weight in mohair, and then you will get a different, size of beret. So you could have a more slouchy one or a more fitted one. And so I decided to knit my second one using Retro Saria Vovo in the color 568A, and I held that together with the soft silk mohair by Knitting for Olive in soft blue. And I really like how this one turned out. I wanted that mohair to sort of soften the greeny blue color of the Vovo, and I think that it did a really good job. I'm really happy with the color and how it turned out. And so I will show you, this is my first one that I knit, and this is my second one here. And I talked about this one on one of my past podcasts. And for this one, I used Barocco vintage sock mixed with Knitting for Olive mohair. And so on this one, I decided I wanted to make it a little bit bigger because I thought that I have a bit of a bigger head, and I had read through some of the projects, and a lot of people had added an extra inch to it. And then they also used, like, you do this I-cord bind off for the brim of the hat, and they ended up sizing up their needle to do that cast off, the I-cord cast off. And so I thought that I needed to do that as well, because they said it wasn't very stretchy if you didn't size up on the needle. And so it ended up turning out a little bit bigger than what I thought. It still looks like really good. I'm really happy with it. But I thought for my second one, I would just follow the pattern exactly as written. And I didn't add that extra inch, and I didn't size up on the brim here for that, the I-cord bind off. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. So it did turn out smaller, obviously. And yeah, I really like it. So with this one, I blocked it using a plate, an 11-inch plate inside, and I blocked it that way. I have not blocked this one, and I don't think I'm going to, because I'm a little afraid of it stretching out too much. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I wanted a smaller beret, less floppy than this one. And so, yeah, I'm afraid if I soak it and block it, it's going to be too big. So I haven't done that, and I'm not sure if I will. So I'm going to put up a picture of how it looks on me, the smaller one. And yeah, I like it. I did read people saying that the Vovo yarn blocks and blooms like beautifully after washing it, and especially with the mohair held together, I think that that would probably make it look really good, even better. But yeah, I don't want to take that chance of it getting too big, so I haven't done that. So one of my fall plans is I want to make a pair of mittens that are going to match this beret. So I've been looking at the pattern by Laura Muratz, which is called the Flower Knot Mittens. And I think it would look so pretty with the fuzzy, fuzzy halo of the mohair, and using this color, I think would look so pretty. So these mittens are a DK weight mitten, and you knit them on US 4 or 3.5 millimeter needles. And the mittens come in 2 different sizes. So yeah, I think that that would look really pretty to match my beret. And then I would also like to make a pair of very plain mittens that I could embroider a fall sort of motif on them, which I've never ever done before. I've really wanted to pick up the book Embroidery on Knits, which I haven't yet, but it's on my wish list. But yeah, I would really like to try out doing some embroidery on knitwear. And I'm thinking of the pattern by Tin Can Knits, which is called The World's Simplest Mittens. This is a free pattern. You can use whatever weight of yarn that you want to make these. So I think that that's a really great pattern to have. You can make lots of different pairs of mittens with that pattern. And I think I would like to embroider a woodland motif on them. I think it would look super cute. I think I would also really like to make a colorwork beret. I saw that Anna from the knitting podcast Brook Willow made one last year, and I really love that one. I love the colors that she used. I think it turned out really, really cute. So that pattern is called the Smora, and it's a pattern by Gudrun Johnson. And this is a fingering weight hat, and you knit it on US 4 or 3.5 millimeter needles. And the suggested yarns are either Jamieson and Smith 2-ply jumper weight or Jamieson's of Shetland Spindrift. So I think I would like to use Jamieson's of Shetland Spindrift in this color palette. I'll put it up here. I think that that would look really pretty. I've been looking at a lot of different colorwork patterns recently. I think fall makes me think of cables and also of color work, and especially like Marie Wallen knits too. And I've been looking at a few of her different ones, and I find it really, really hard. I don't know if anybody else has this problem of trying to pick a palette of colors, especially when there's like more than 3 colors. I find it really, really hard. So yeah, I don't know. I came up with this palette. I wanted something like muted and dusty and in my soft summer color palette. So yeah, I think that this would look really pretty in that hat. I think I would also like to do a more simple colorwork hat. So yeah, I've been looking at the Alpine Bloom by Caitlin Hunter, and I knit the Autumn Alpine sweater last year, and I really love that pattern. And so I've had the Alpine Bloom hat in my favorites for a really long time now. So I think I would like to do that. And for that one, I would really like to use Durum Natura Ulysses in the color Quartz and the color Baleen Blue. So it's sort of like a navy with a very soft light pink color. So yeah, I think I would like to do that one, maybe a more complicated color work hat as well. I think I would also like to make a shawl, which I have never made a shawl before, and I've never worn a shawl, and I'm not really a shawl person, but I think that's because I see a lot of shawls that are like very lacy or very delicate looking shawls and stuff like that. And I think I would like to make one that's more of a basic shawl that is kind of like a big blanket, you know? I think that that would suit me a lot better than the lacy types. I would like it to have a little bit of texture, I think, just to give it some interest, but not a lot of texture, not cables or anything like that. So the one that I've seen 2 that I would really like to make. The first one is called Burrow, and this is a pattern by Emily Nora O'Neill. This is a bulky weight shawl knit on US 10.5 or 6.5 millimeter needles. And the suggested yarn is actually discontinued now. But others have used Drops Air to make this one. And I think I'm going to have some Drops Air left over from my Felix that I'm knitting right now. I might have to pick up a ball or two of that, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, I think that would look really pretty in that fluffy Drops Air. The second one that I would like to make is called the Sunday Morning Shawl, and this is a pattern by Espace Tricot. It is a free pattern, and it's a DK weight shawl knit on US 7 or 4.5 millimeter needles. And it's a really nice mix of relaxing stockinette and then some twisted ribbing, I think. Yeah, twisted ribbing and this row of baubles that I think is really, really cute. But it's only one row. I think there's a lot of baubles in that row, but it's not full of baubles. So it just gives a little bit of texture on it. And it's like a big, nice, warm blanket type shawl. I think I would like to make it in the same color that's shown. So the suggested yarn is Space Tricot Sunday Morning DK, which is actually now Sonder Yarn Company. So I believe that they sold that yarn, their yarn brand, I think, to Sonder Yarn Company. So now it's under their brand Sunday Morning DK, which I've heard a lot of great things about, and I've never tried it. So I might use it to make that shawl. I think that would look really nice in the color Offline, which is sort of like a beigey gray color. I think that would look really cute, you know, if I was wearing like an all black outfit with some black boots and then this like gray beige shawl thrown over top instead of wearing a coat like during the fall. I think I would also like to make a vest, something that would knit up quickly, and you know, I could wear it over a cardigan, or I mean over a turtleneck in the fall. I really, really like the Lulu Slipover by Petite Knit. I think it's a great staple vest. It has a very basic look that would go with everything, and then it also has these cute little button detail, like buttons at the side. And you don't actually even need to make buttonholes for that. You could just like knit those button bands like just plain, and then you can sew the buttons on through like both layers of fabric, because you don't need those buttons to get the vest on or off. And I think it would just be a little bit more work that's really not necessary. This is a DK weight vest that you knit on US 6 or 4 millimeter needles. And the suggested yarn is Sandnesgarn Pure Gint, or you could use Tin Pure Gint, she says, held together with a mohair. And I think that this, the gray tweed Pure Gint, I'll put it up on the screen, would look really cute. It's number 1035, and it's a light gray heather tweed. And I think that would look so nice in this vest. So those are all the plans that I have for my fall knitting, but now I want to share some of the projects that I would love to make if I just had all the time in the world. So the first one is the Leander Cardi Vest by Anne Wenzel. This is a worsted weight plus DK, so an Aran weight vest, and you knit it on US 8 or 5 millimeter needles. I think it's such a pretty and cozy, like relaxed sort of piece. I really like this cable texture that it has on it too, and I think I would knit mine, if I were to make this, I would knit it in a longer version. And I really like that light gray color that she has used in the sample pictures, and paired with some like really cute little wooden buttons. Like I said before, I would also love to make one of Marie Wallen's patterns. So I've been, you know, always looking at them and have yet to make one. So I think one of her beautiful cowls would be so nice for fall. As well, you know, any of her vests. And I also bought one of her cardigan patterns a long time ago, and I have not made it. And so, yeah, I would really like, if I had lots of time and could do that, I would love to make one of her patterns, or some other colorwork sweater with just a ton of colors in it. But I'm also planning on knitting a colorwork sweater for Christmas. Last year I knit one, I think it was called Fallow, and I really loved making that for, you know, a special like Christmas time, winter time project to make. So I'm planning to do another one. I've got some ideas which I'll share with you on my winter knitting plans. But I don't think that I, I want to put that much on my plate to do a fall color work sweater and then also plan for that one. So I can only dream right now. Okay, so those are all of my fall knitting plans and dream knits. And now I wanted to talk to you guys about a fiber festival that my husband and I went to over the weekend. It was called Fiber Spirit and it was in Barrie, Ontario. And I thought it was really great. They had a lot of vendors there, a lot of stuff to look at. Had a lot of fun there. And yeah, spoiler alert, I did not get any yarn there because I don't like the pressure of trying to come up with a project to use that yarn for later. I don't have a lot of stash yarn really. I have some, but not a ton because I will always think of the project and then buy the yarn for it after instead of buying the yarn and then coming up with a project. So I find I don't like the stress of having to do that on the day at a fiber festival. So, but we did get a bunch of other stuff. And I got some craft kits I wanted to share with you guys for some fun things to make this fall. So the first thing that we got was some mugs, some new mugs from a potter called Point Pottery. Her name is Elise, and she is in the Kawartha Lakes in Ontario. So I'll show you my husband's mug. This is the one that he picked out, which is really pretty with this little cute chicken on it. And then I picked the strawberry mug. And I thought this one is so fun and pretty. And I'm actually drinking my coffee out of it right now. So I will link everybody that I'm showcasing here down below so you guys can go check them out if you want to. The second thing that I picked up was this book. So there was a man there selling like so many different knitting books. So like vintage ones, and there was like knitting, crochet, felting, all different things. And it was packed, that booth. So it was kind of hard to look at. I wanted to look through all the books, but I couldn't. There was a lot of people there. So anyways, I found this one that I've seen before. I'm not sure, maybe at the library or something. And I thought it was really cute. So I wanted to get a copy. And I think they're used books. And it was $12. So I grabbed that. And there's some really cute, inspiring needle felting projects in here. So I'll show you this page because that's what sold the book to me. So yeah, super cute inspiration. I've done a lot of needle felting in the past and I maybe want to get back into doing some more of that. So I just wanted this book to get inspired. The next thing that I picked up was this magazine. So this is called Uppercase Magazine, and it is a quarterly publication created by Janine Van Gool, and she's in Calgary, Alberta. So you can subscribe to this magazine and it comes out quarterly. And it's all about craft, fashion, illustration, and design. And it's a really beautiful mix of creativity and inspiration. And yeah, I just, flipped through it when I was at the festival. I was like, I really want this book just to read through and get inspiration for, crafting, art, all of those things. There was, some fun stuff in there. I'll just show you some little bits of it. Some vintage. I think this part is about typography. It says ornament and decoration. And some beautiful things. There's a lot of jewelry in this one as well. And I'm definitely, here, a little thing about Betty the Yarn Slayer. And I think that this is rug hooking. Yeah, she's a rug maker. And she's Toronto-based fiber artist. Some really inspiring things in this magazine. So I'm definitely thinking I might subscribe to it. And I also got this really cute embroidery stitch sampler. This is the Swan one. This is by the designer Kiriki Press, and I believe she is in Toronto. But anyway, it's made in Canada. And yeah, super cute embroidery kit to stitch this. And I've actually never really done embroidery before. I do cross stitch, but I've never done embroidery. So I thought that this was a really cute kit, and it's supposed to come with everything that you need to do this. So should we open this and check out what's inside? I think so. Show you what it looks like when I open it. Such a cute little kit. So this is the fabric, the screen printed fabric that you're going to get in the kit. And then all the yarns, or I mean the threads, the embroidery floss, and some needles. And then, yeah, it says to download complete instructions, you go to the website to do that. So yeah, I thought that that was going to be a lot of fun. This is more of a spring or summer type of stitch, but still I couldn't resist. I thought it was so pretty. And then the last thing I picked up was this embroidery stick and stitch woodland pack. So this is by Knitted Bliss Stitching. And I thought that these would be really cute to embroider on those World's Simplest Mittens by Tin Can Knits. So if I knit those mittens, then I think that I would really like to embroider this cute fox on those mittens, or even the squirrel here I think is really cute. Any one of these designs really. So this comes with these transfer type things. So you peel and stick them onto the knitting, and then you embroider through them. And I think that they maybe wash away, or you pull them off. I'm not really sure how it comes off. I didn't open that. Well, maybe I should open it. And then I was talking to the designer about it when I bought them. Oh yeah, so it comes with all of the colors that you're going to need. Just show you that quickly. And she was telling me, oh, that's so pretty. So that's the fox. Isn't that cute? So she was telling me that you can go, it's linked here where you go to get some more, to get the full detailed instructions. She gave the website. So her name is Knitted Bliss. And yeah, I thought that that was really cute. I'm going to have so much fun putting these on some mittens soon. So yeah, stay tuned for that project. Hopefully I will be able to share something with you soon. All right, so that's it for today's episode. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and hearing all about my knitting plans and letting me share a little peek at some of the goodies that I picked up at the Fiber Festival. I'd love to hear what you're planning to knit for this season. Drop me a comment down below with the projects that you are inspired to cast on for autumn. If you enjoyed today's episode, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. I will be back next week to share with you some finished objects, as well as update you on my works in progress. I will also be announcing the winner of my cardigan bundle giveaway. So if you haven't watched that video yet, I'll link it down below, and you can check out that episode, and you still have time to enter to win the cardigan pattern of your choice. And now I will leave you with a little footage from the Fiber Festival. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, happy crafting everyone. Bye.